Hello, internet. It's been a long time, a really long time. I'm probably about twice the size as the last time I made a video, and it's been probably nearly a decade. Basically, long story short, I want to get back into content creation again. I've tried the social media thing with TikTok and Instagram, and it's really fun, but it is super time consuming. I do like the short content stuff, I think it's really fun, but at the same time, the stuff that I like making, I think takes so much longer than you realize, because there's so many cuts and edits. And at the moment, this is just going to be a talking head. Like the one time I wanted the sun to not be here. So, what do I want to do? I want to get back into creating, and I've had a rough start this year already with illness and family stuff, but I'm feeling really confident in my skills with crochet and stuff at the moment, so I kind of want to start sharing what I'm working on with you guys. Granted, it's going to be a much slower process because I have a baby in tow. Part of the reason why I never got YouTube really regular is because I was always so particular about it has to be this way, it has to be that way. I wanted everything to be perfect, and it just wasn't feasible with the life that I was living. I am accepting that nothing can be perfect, that it doesn't matter if there's noise in the background, if my cuts aren't perfect, that I'm getting interrupted, that my shots aren't slick and really dramatic and cinematic and all that other stuff. As long as I'm actually doing it, who cares? And that's the biggest stepping stone, that's the biggest blocker, is just getting over that hurdle of just starting it. I'm not gonna lie, I don't have a lot of free time. I have a baby, I have a house, like I have lots of stuff pulling me in all different directions, but I still find time to do two things, and that is crochet and play video game. An ungodly amount of Disney Dreamlight Valley right now. But crochet. And a few of my friends, I'm part of a craft group, and a few of my friends have started their vlogs back up again. Hello. And I am basically taking inspiration from them. They are just getting on with it, and they're doing their craft vlogs, and I'm gonna do the same thing. And eventually, maybe as time goes on, there'll become more how-tos and everything. Who knows? But for now, my overall goal for this channel is this year is a year of stash busting. I am not allowed to buy any new stash, which I failed miserably at Unraveled this year. I have to make stuff, I have to use up as much as I can until I have no more stash that I can bust. That is the plan. I have a few projects on the go already. I also have loads of canvases that I need to use up as well. And I want to use up as much as my art supplies to streamline how I work, my working environment. We have a baby now, so I need to take up less space, and also eventually when we're ready to move, it'll be so much nicer and more freeing to have less stuff to worry about as well. So I'm going to be sharing with you just anything to do with stash busting and deep cleansing and decluttering. I have so much stuff I need to put on Vinted that I've been putting off, and this is my kick up the arse to do it, and making videos is going to hold me accountable. I have so much stuff. Why do I have so much stuff? Because I'm a hoarder and I hate it. Decluttering my life, and I'm going to record it. And I have no idea what my upload schedule is going to be. Ideally, I would love for it to be weekly. It might be bi-weekly, it might be monthly. Who knows? If the videos are just talking heads like this and a little bit of a show and tell, then that's the other thing. See this? No makeup. Raw. Before, I wouldn't even turn the camera on unless I had makeup on. I'm a mum now. I don't care. That's a lie. I do care. I just don't have any time, and I would never. This goes back to the other point I was making, that I always wait for everything to be perfect. Now I'm not. Now I'm just going to do it. And my baby is pulling me in a different direction so that she can eat my finger. So very quickly, essentially, I am not going to be worrying about being perfect. I'm not going to be worrying about being cinematic. All I'm going to do is just do what I want to do, and I'm going to share it with you guys. And as the journey goes on, I will share my process more, hopefully, but we shall see. For the main part, I'm just going to be focusing on decluttering and destashing, and I'm going to share as much of that journey as I can. I want to make my life more simple, and reducing stuff is going to be part of that, and making more and being more creative. Stick around for the ride if you're interested, or if you just want me to ramble on in the background while you do the house chores, that is also fine, because that's what I do with YouTube. Yeah. I'm going to get ready for a baby sensory class, and when I come back I am going to share with you guys some of the crochet projects I have been working on. Right, I'm back from baby sensory, and before the baby wakes up I will show you what I'm working on. The first is a set of 4 microbes, well, 4 of 6. I still need to put some little details on them, but for the most part these little guys are done. The idea is that these are requests for a friend, by the way. She is working to be a nurse. Someone's waking up. She's working to become a nurse, and as part of one of her courses she wants to use some microbes that can then be velcroed to like a teddy of some description, so you can see where these microbes live in the body, so to speak, or can be found. And I've basically been making these up as I go along based off various images and stuff, so I haven't used a pattern or anything. I have a bunch of eyes which I bought years ago when I first started crocheting, and I've used up most of the eyes, but I still have an extortionate amount of noses, and I'm not quite sure what to do with all those noses, because I mean, you only have one nose. So I'll start with the very first one that I made. This is Flu. It's so stupid. Obviously the easiest one to make is just a tube. This is Flu. I have tiny child hands, so my hands are about the same size as an 8-year-old's. So the idea is that they're nice, fun things to play with in a child's hands. So go figure. And I gave him the teeniest, tiniest little eyes, and I'm probably going to do like a little mouth at the front once I'm done all of the other ones. The next one I made is everyone's favourite, COVID. But he doesn't like COVID. Let's try that again. So the next one is COVID. This one I used, let's see if I can get it to focus, some little red eyes for this guy. There we go. And I gave a little bit of detailing with some other orange yarn that I had, and little knobbly bits. I should actually mention that these are all made with the Drops cotton yarn. I think it's Cotton DK. It's been again, I have a huge tub of this stuff, and I just bought loads and loads of different colours when I first started crocheting, because they were just really cheap. They were less than 99p per ball, and a ball was more than enough to make an object when I was crocheting, because I was making a lot of little toys like this. So I'm just using up these colours, and I have some bizarre colours basically left, and the microbes are actually a really good way of using them up. This one is Cole. Again, he needs a little mouth still. I might give him a little smiley face because he's kind of cute. He's smaller than COVID, That wasn't intentional. It just kind of came out like that because I knew I had to do these other knobbly bits, and I thought he'd come out a lot bigger than he actually did. But yeah, he's nice. It's a nice small little guy. And then this monstrosity is E. coli. E. coli is a bit weird. I kind of went a bit crazy with all the things that hang off E. coli, and I saw someone had made an E. coli with wonky eyes, and I really liked it. And I had one green eye, which was really annoying. I had one green eye, and I was like, when am I going to use one green eye? Well, I did. There. So this monstrosity is E. coli. It's not focusing. And very cute. And the next one I want to make, which will be number 5 of the 6, is nanovirus, in homage to the fact that I've just recovered from it. And once I've got all 6, I will put on little faces, like put on their little mouths and little expressions, and then we can review them again. Yay! Microbes! So this next batch of stuff that I've been working on is a big stash bust. I bought this King Cole Harvest colour double knitting. Oh, it comes in, well, it's just a big cake, and it basically, when you knit it up, it's supposed to kind of do this colour changing by itself. It's 150 grams and about 585 yards, 90% acrylic and 10% alpaca. So it's got a slight scratchiness to it, but it's still really nice and cozy and soft at the same time. The colour was called Babbling Brook, by the way. I only had one ball of it, so it was kind of, I thought anyway, not enough to really make anything big out of it, but I didn't know what else to do with it. But in the store I saw it and it just looked so pretty, and I couldn't help myself, and it was on sale. As this video continues, you're just going to notice me getting more and more haggard looking throughout the day as I keep coming back. I now have like a band because I was wearing my new hat, which I was out on a walk wearing, and I was just about to tell you about. So I followed a pattern called the Yenny slouch hat, I think it is, and this was my end result. It's not as slouchy as I had hoped it would be. However, because it's mainly acrylic, I'm hoping it will sort of stretch and give a little bit. One of my favourite hats that I made was a cat hat, and that yarn has just kind of lost all shape and form, so it's just this big slouchy mess. So I'm hoping that actually the same thing happens here, so it does get more of the slouch the more as I wear it. And you can see the colour changing in this yarn is really nice. So we have like this sort of light brown, and then we have this green and the little white bits in between, and then the blue as well. So I really love this yarn for that. But I still had loads left, so I decided to, I really like the stitch to get the ribbing effect, and I also found that I had these buttons, which I absolutely love these buttons. They're so cute. I'm not sure how they're done, if it will focus at any point. Nope, not going to focus. It's basically a little button that's like almost like got a decoupage bird on it, and I found some buttons that matched, so you know what has to be made next is gloves. Now, as mentioned before, Bella, I have very tiny child hands, so I prefer to wear fingerless gloves because adult gloves just kind of stick out like this on me. So I made myself some matching mitts. So what's really nice with these is when I wear them, first of all, they're two different colours, the way that the striping worked. So I have one green and one blue, but the way that the ribbing works in the colour of the yarn means I have like, you know, like left for blue and green for right, and then I have this nice stripe on the other side as well. So I just used the same stitch combination as for the hat, and kept the same motif because I really like this little, I'm wearing pigtails so I look ridiculous, see, I have to really squidge my hair in it. So I really like this detail of this button here, and I've just kind of kept that on the cuffs as well. And on these ones they have matching buttons of this little bird there. Oh, it's still trying to focus on me for some reason. That's a really swell in focus chin I have there. So now I have all this like matching motif, but I still have more yarn. In fact, I think I only used half the cake, so I still have all of this. So what I'm doing is to finish the ensemble, if you will. It's probably going to be too late to wear it all year round this year, but I'm being greeted by my dog, by the way. Oh, this is Bella. Say hello, Bella, little grumpy dog. She's just been on the walk with us. So again, using that same stitch pattern, I plan to do a cow, and essentially I'm hoping that this will now use up all the yarn that I have left. And what I plan to do, if I get it, is kind of do, this is the width, but what I'll do is I'll kind of fold it over and have a button there, so it kind of makes a triangle point. That is the plan. This is as far as I got. As other things have been happening as I get kisses from the dog. And that is what I've been doing recently. Another thing that I've been really proud of, I made this in January. It's not a stash bust. I actually bought yarn specifically for this project, but it was for my Secret Santa for the craft week. So every year, on top of going away, my craft group do a Secret Santa, and everyone kind of tries to make something or give them a crafty gift of some description for whoever is their Secret Santa. I had the wonderful Gemma, who I don't actually know very well, and all I knew was that she has a lizard, she has a pet lizard, she has a pet bearded dragon, to be specific. So I'd recently made my own, let's see if I've got him here, my own possum bag. Which I do use, and I took this to Unraveled with me, and as well as a game dev festival near where I live as well, and I got so many comments on my bag. I'll go into that in more, but a side note, I'm going to put an image somewhere around here, boom, of the bag that I made Gemma, which was a bearded dragon bag based on the possum bag. The possum bag I used a pattern for, however the bearded dragon one was something that I made up based on the learnings I made from the possum bag. So essentially the base is the same, the legs are slightly different. I tried to make them longer and different arrangement of toes and longer, thinner toes, and obviously the head is completely different. And I've lined them as well, which wasn't part of the pattern. I've lined them all and made tabs so I could have D-rings, so that the shoulder strap won't stretch. If it was made out of yarn, it would stretch, so that's what I've done. So and lining them means that the yarn won't stretch in the base, and if you put like a pen or a pencil down there, you're not going to lose it in going through the holes in the crochet, because that unfortunately is the downside of crochet. So yeah, that so far is going to be the format of my videos. I'm just going to give you a quick update on what I'm working on. I'm going to try and go through my stash. I'm going to share with you some ideas that I have. I'm hoping to get a lot done on the cowl in the evenings, and hopefully by next video I will definitely have the microbes done, but I'm also working on something in the background for my aunt, which she is aware of. it's going to be her 60th wedding anniversary, so in March I will have an update on what I've been doing for that as well. That's it for now. This is my format throughout this day. I've been looking after a baby, I've gone out, I've had a walk, I've lost a button off my dress, but somehow I made it. Bye! Thanks for staying this long. And the baby's still asleep. Yay!